bite. Who wants some? I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Holy shit! Fuck! God damn it! I think I just ran over an entire group of children in wheelchairs.
Yeah,
How many points is that?
I don't know. Ask Toxie.
Scabby told me to do it, officer. Scabby told me. Holy shit! Yeah, this road trip's been going on a while, buddy.
These last 2 days have been crazy.
Yeah. So, just a little FYI for all of our lovely listeners out there. This week we have encountered the Exorcist curse ourselves. So yesterday, we started out recording. Everything was perfect for the first 9 minutes. I counted them.
Did you?
And I did. I looked back at the recordings, and everything fell apart at 9 minutes exactly. And
oh God.
Internet went out, power was flickering, things were floating. A little girl was vomiting on me. It was wild, man. Wild.
She said your mom is sucking cocks in hell.
Yeah. Let Jesus fuck you or whatever. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's what she says.
Something like that, yeah.
It took me years to figure out what she was saying in that scene.
Oh, yeah? Well, that's because you're Jewish. I got it right away.
Well, no. I mean, when, oh my God, there's I think the crust punk band Disrupts used that for one of their songs, if I remember right.
Nice. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Anyway, we're glad you guys are here, and I'm glad that we're here again today. Mikey, you good on snacks? You need to take a piss? You need anything to drink? You're all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, cool. Yeah, so we've been driving for a while now, trying to find our way. God, son of a bitch. Yeah, there's those drinks he gets every week. What you got? That's a ghost creamsicle. Orange cream. Nice. Yeah, it's probably good to drink some ghost juice just to be prepared for what we're about to encounter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
gotta be safe today.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been driving for a couple days now, trying to get to Georgetown, and dealing with just a lot of detours and a lot of bullshit. But we are so glad that you guys are joining us for day 2 of part 3 of our Halloween road trip to Georgetown, Washington D.C. To go see, Reagan and see how she's doing. So, welcome back to the best place that you could be in the entire highway road system, the VHS Doom podcast and rental car. Rental car. We got the shit in the trunk. Man.
We have a bunch of movies in the trunk if you guys want to grab them.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, we can sell some bootlegs out of the trunk. Mikey's gotten really good at printing bootleg covers.
I always want to do that though.
Yeah, some of those guys at the conventions are so fucking good at it, and then some guys really are not. But anyway, yeah. So if you haven't already, please go give us a like, follow, rating, share us with your friends and your loved ones this week. Maybe not your enemies. If you want to share us with your enemies, go with that too.
This is the first week where you say don't share with the enemies.
I mean, you can. I mean, we'll slit their throats for you. Don't worry. Or vomit on them, or send them into the void, or whatever. We don't actually kill anybody.
Explode them.
I only run over children in wheelchairs.
Right there. Jesus Christ. Write their names in a death note.
Yeah. Balthy's like a part-time death note demon, a little bit here and
got
there.
Me.
Yeah, sometimes on his off days. So we might be able to arrange something. But anyway, most importantly, please go subscribe wherever you're listening to us. I think we just hit 20 subscribers on Spotify. Thank you guys. Hooray.
And we are on Blue Sky, and I am posting regularly now. Well, trying to.
Lovely. Yeah, so we're all over the place. Twitter or X or whatever the fuck it's called. We are... holy shit. Oh, that's a social media burp. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook, even though we have nobody following us on Facebook. We are on Threads. We're on everywhere. We're everywhere. So if you're interested and you want to follow us and you're like, where do I go? You can go to vhsdoom.com, scroll nearly to the bottom. It's like the last page from the bottom, and all of our social links are right there on that page. But also, while you're there on vhsdoom.com, go ahead and give our merch store a check. If you scroll down just a little farther, you'll see a link to our merch store. It's linked through another website, but all proceeds from those sales go to the podcast. We have quite a few new designs. There are going to be some more coming this week. You could say that Mikey's burp was absurd, which is
Do you have any hints
design.
on what's coming up next?
You know, I've really been gravitating towards the Video Nasties list. So I don't know. It all comes down to like licensing and who owns what and what I can use and, you know, whatever.
Who's going to beat you up while you're sleeping?
Yeah, who's going to sneak into my house and threaten me with a knife or whatever. But the designs we have up there right now are pretty cool.
I love this one.
Yeah, you know, I really do like the Flesh for Frankenstein shirt for sure. And then also, we do have a sweater. I put a sweater up. It's a...
Is it the Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2?
Yeah, Silent Night, Deadly
Part
Night. 1? I think I have one for each. Anyway, yeah, go check out the merch store. That's enough pandering on buying shit. But, you know, you could even go get a VHS Doom mug if you want. We got a lot of shit, so... and we have had one purchase, thank you, sir, out in Texas or wherever you were, Alaska, you know, Puerto Rico, wherever you were. Thank you for ordering. So anyway, yeah. So one more note here. We want you to come on the show. If you are a band, a director, an actor promoting a project, we would love to speak with you about whatever you are working on. We haven't heard from anybody thus far. I'm going to actually
not if you're from Fairlawn, New Jersey.
Yeah, Mikey says no one from Fairlawn. Not allowed. Not allowed if you're from Fairlawn, because you're immediately not cool if you're from Fairlawn, apparently. I don't know. If you are from Fairlawn and you listen to this, send me an email, and I'd love to have you come on the show, actually. That way we can get Mikey talking about Fairlawn, New Jersey. Anywho,
I think you'll be the only host of the show after that.
Yeah, so if you do have a creative project and you want to shout it out, you want to talk about it a little bit, come on the show. We'll talk to you. We promise we won't ask you about any kind of hairless cats or anything else that's a little weird. So, yeah, reach out to us at
That was like
VHS
8 years ago,
Doom.
believe it or not.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. I should share the link. Maybe I'll put the link in this in the notes today.
I have shared it when I posted on our thing like a while back on Twitter.
Nice. Yeah. So
I
we
found
won't
the
ask
account that you posted on.
Oh, did you? Nice. Yeah. So we won't ask you things that are too off the wall, but we will keep it fun, and we will make sure that our listeners get to hear about what you're doing. It really. This is just for us to be able to help support artists. So if you're an artist and you want to come on the show, we would love to hear from you. Shoot us an email, vhsdoom@gmail.com. Just checked it now. We haven't heard from anybody yet, but we'd love to hear from you. Or, you know, shit, if you're just Troy and you want to come on the show, send me an email. We'll get you on the show.
We'll do a whole Misfits episode.
Yeah, that'd be fucking fun, Troy. Yeah. Anyway. All right, so last week we had a shit ton of fun down in Warren Valley, Ohio, where we discussed the 2007 cult classic Trick or Treat. That was a lot of fun. If you heard for the last couple of episodes, though, we only have enough scabbity-tabbities to get us from movie to movie, so we haven't been able to make it home.
You're really going to say that?
Yeah, scabbity-tabbities.
So I saw that earlier. I'm sorry.
this it's pretty much Mikey and I are pretty much in like VHS Doom No Way Home. That's like this movie that we're in right now.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Tom Holland might join us for a session. I'm not sure. But anyway, so instead of heading over to 1973 last week, we decided to stick around in 2007 for the week. We parked outside of FYE. We slept in the car. We bought a ton of fucking DVDs from FYE. We even made our way over to a Blockbuster that was having a going out of business sale and picked
And then
up.
there was a fire that happened in that Blockbuster and we had to run.
Yeah, I think Mikey set a fire after, and he grabbed a bunch of DVDs on the way out for freezies.
We're supposed not to say anything.
He was doing 2007 crimes, so I think we're past the statute of limitations once we hit.
I was only 16 at that point, so it's fine.
He was a minor. A minor, yeah, for sure. So anyway, what the good news is, I think we finally replaced like most of the films that you guys have destroyed with acid and turned into like razor blades every week. But I don't. They're all DVDs. So
don't forget when it was smashed and I was stabbed with it too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we might call ourselves DVD Doom now. I'm just kidding. Now, definitely not going to do that.
DVD Doom.
But yeah, so that's been our week. And we even went to the mall. We saw the kiosk guy. That was nice. That was nice and nostalgic, Yeah. Anyway, all right. Mikey, what's up, man? How you been?
I've been good. I mean, I told you yesterday. Not much is really. My son's been sick the last 2 days. He has a cold, so he's been home from school. He's sleeping right now. But
yeah.
Had a job interview. It was pretty cool.
Oh, nice. How did you do that from 2007? Because you have internet.
Yeah, it was the internet. I walked through a portal and I was there.
Oh, nice. Okay. Did you get it?
So, like, if I have I'm not sure yet. I have to go in the future to see.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice. All right.
Also watched a few movies.
What'd you watch?
Well, when we were getting, like, before the show, like, we were doing yesterday, I only had 2 movies. I watched 2 more last night, so.
Nice.
The 2 I watched before that were, on Friday the 13th, I watched, Friday the 13th Part 6. It's the one where Jason gets reanimated. Because you know how in 5 it was a fake Jason?
Yeah. Yeah,
so this one starts right after, years after that. So it's not Corey Feldman playing Tommy Jarvis anymore. It's somebody else. I can't remember. Is it Tom Matthews? Is Thom Tom?
Yeah, Thom.
Or Thom.
Yeah,
okay.
Thom.
He plays Tommy Jarvis in this, and nobody believes him that Jason's back, and then Jason starts killing.
So
and he gets that spear.
What episode of, or what movie of Friday the 13th does Tom Savini kill off Jason, but then he comes back anyway? Is that 6?
The fourth one.
Is it 4? Oh, and then 5 was a fake. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, 5 was a fake guy whose kid got killed, and then like he started killing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. This one's directly after the 5th one, but it's kind of like the 5th one doesn't exist, I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the next one is Friday the 13th Part 7, starring Kane Hodder as Jason for the first time.
Nice, okay.
From 1988. Directed by John Carl Buechler, one of the best effects artists ever.
Yeah.
Jason Voorhees is accidentally freed from his watery prison by a telekinetic teenager. Now only she can stop him. So this one is pretty much like Carrie versus Jason. There's some cool kills in it. A lot of stuff was like taken out of it from what I've heard.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of kind of kills. I don't want to really ruin it, but
yeah, sure.
Next one, Graduation Day, my favorite slasher. A mass killer begins murdering students on a school track team after a track runner dies upon completion of a 30-second 200-meter race. So, I love the ending of this one. I don't want to give that away, but it has almost the same plot as Fatal Games, if that helps. Christopher George is in it. It's directed by Herb Fried, and it's from 1981. And Linnea Quigley's in it, too.
Nice. Okay, cool.
All right, next one is a movie you talked about a few weeks ago, or maybe even months ago at this point.
It's been months at this point, yeah.
The Slumber Party Massacre, from Amy Jones, and written by Rita Mae Brown. This is a slasher movie produced by Roger Corman.
Yeah, I love these movies, and the fact that he got female directors for like all of them is That's pretty.
And I love the drill being the weapon too.
Yeah, it's very phallic. That's
I like their critique on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how the pizza guy's eyes are ripped out as he like shows up.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in those for sure.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, one of my favorite kills in Graduation Day, it kind of it reminds me of like a giallo. The person's like jogging through the woods, they have a stopwatch, and then they get stabbed. It's pretty interesting. I don't know.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Nice.
So what's up with you?
Well, so 2007. So for the last week, I've been really convincing like all these mortgage lenders to give out really like a bunch of houses to a bunch of people for like very little money. And I think it's going to really set the world up for success, or it could be a massive financial crisis and the whole world will fall apart. I don't know. I'm just playing.
So you created the recession?
What? No, definitely not.
No.
I also. Yeah, I definitely didn't set our entire generation up for failure for the rest of the next 2 decades.
You're the reason why I can't buy a house.
No, that's definitely not me. That's the politicians.
That's Cillin Dutcher.
I'm old. No, today I'm Father Stooge, and my co-host here is Deep Grundle. Yes,
I was Heavy Grundle a few episodes ago.
You can call me Padre, motherfucker. But anyway, so yeah, this week I wrecked the world, and then also, what else did I do in 2007? Nothing. I FaceTimed with my family, so I hung out with the fam. What I said last week, it was my birthday, right? So my daughter's been funny. She hasn't let that go. Like she's still every day. She's like, "Happy birthday, Dada!"
Oh my god! After it's been like 2 weeks since, or a week and a half since Sam's, and he keeps singing "Happy Birthday" to himself. And he loves the song now. Yeah,
it's such a major theme in their life. I love it so much. So. Outside of that, man, I've been working on a few like businessy kind of things. But yeah, that's kind of it. It's been just busy stuff, busy work, and then ruining the world for the next couple decades. So, what I watched though while you were driving, and I was watching on my my iPad that you power up with your fake internet. Actually, we do have internet here. It's not very good though. But anyway.
20 minutes now. So.
Oh yeah. Well, we haven't been cursed today yet, so maybe today.
Knock on wood, right here.
Yeah, today is the day. Anyway, yeah. So what I watched this week, I checked out a couple random fucking titles. So I watched Absurd by Joe Otto from 1981.
What'd you think of it?
I fucking love Absurd. That is such a fun.
It's a Halloween ripoff. I love it.
Yeah, it's so well. It is so. I love the whole like supernatural, he's an immortal kind of like narrative that they actually talk about. Like I feel like like Jason or Michael Myers or Freddy, like they don't talk about them being immortal, but like they're
for
immortal.
Jason in the last one I watched, or sixth one, he comes back to life. He's like a reanimated corpse.
Right, but they actually have a priest talking about immortality. I kind of
that's true.
That narrative of it. George Eastman plays an awesome killer. Like he's just like
he always does. Yeah,
brutal, cold-eyed, like just.
He's written a lot of movies too.
Yeah, really, really good. So I mean, if you haven't watched Absurd, essentially a priest, a Greek priest, is pursuing a violent madman. Who can heal himself from all injury except injuries to the brain. And it
the fence.
Huh? Or well, no,
Remember
he healed
fence?
he healed from the fence.
No, I meant honestly, like that was disturbing.
It was super, super disturbing. I think who put it out recently? Severin, or was it
Severin? I think Severin.
So the Severin cover actually has
I have it right here. I think.
Yeah, I want to say
it's in the other room.
A painting or like an image of George Eastman like chewing on his own intestines. I thought he was going to do that, which would have been awesome, but he didn't.
Oh no, aren't you thinking the poster of Anthropophagus where he's doing that?
Yeah, I thought he was chewing on it.
He does rip his stomach open a little bit.
He does, yeah. He has intestines that he's holding on to, but for some reason, you're right. Anthropophagus, he's definitely chewing on the intestines. Yeah, I mix those two up a little bit. But both have intestines on the cover. Anyway, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, but that one was a lot of fun. So I fucking love Absurd. Highly recommend. Obviously, it's going on the list. Next, I watched a to-be random suggestion. So
I have the Blu-ray in this room.
So 1985.
I haven't watched it yet.
Evils of the Night, which is directed by Marty Rustam. It it has a 3% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which made me really want to watch it. Really want to watch it. It is so poorly rated. It was not bad. What I think, I wrote down a couple notes, like specifically grab ass, underdressed teens, alien abduction for blood. Like, and then
in capital letters you put blood.
Yeah, so that's kind of the entire gist. Like, I can't outline a great plot other than aliens want blood, and they need it from people who are between the ages of 18 and 24. Like, they're very specific.
I have to watch this movie. I've had it for a while. I bought it like during like a Vinegar Syndrome sale like a bunch of years ago.
Oh yeah. Well, so okay, the there are a couple like humans, right, that are rounding up these like kids for these aliens. They're two like dumb kind of mechanic guys or whatever. Well, so one of them is played by Aldo Ray, and one of them is played by a guy named Neville Brand. Neville Brand, when he's older, looks like he could be the dad of the killer from Slumber Party Massacre. I don't know why. Just when I was looking at them,
that's funny.
like, oh, yeah, they look related. But tons of yeah.
Did
If
you
you want to watch,
did you say the actor's name?
Which one? Neville Brand?
Yeah.
I want to say it's Neville Brand played the.
No, the other name.
Aldo Ray played Fred.
Yeah, did Tarantino name him Brad Pitt after that guy? In the Glorious Bastards?
Possible.
What the fuck?
And I mean, knowing Tarantino, yes. Like, you know, I'm sure he watched this and was like, I'm gonna name a character after that guy. Yeah. But anyway.
Movie.
Yeah, so as much as like it's a cheap like crud movie on a lot of fronts, it's still worth a watch, I think, because it's fun and some of the effects are cool. Like a guy gets crushed to death with a car on a lift. It's like the slowest death ever. So like, you know how like they put cars on lifts to like change the tires or like do mechanic work, and when they lower them, they go like this. Like if you're watching on YouTube.
So it's like drawn out. He's just screaming.
He's just like for like 3 minutes. And
I have to watch this,
dude. This like girl ties his shoelaces together, and he can't get away. It's like so stupid, but I liked it. So definitely check it out. You might be like, Dylan, fuck you for making me watch this, but check out Evils of the Night, 1985.
You know what that sounds like? It sounds like when I made you watch Sinful Dwarf.
Oh my fucking god, that movie. Sinful Dwarf was like sinful. It was just
Speaking
like you
of
making
Severin,
me...
they put it out.
Oh my fucking god, that movie was ridiculous.
What a weird grindhouse movie.
It's like, it's almost like Beast and Heat. Like, you know, like just like, oh, what am I watching?
Another movie Severin put out on Blu-ray.
Yeah, holy fuck, you know. So, anyway. All right, well, yeah, so that's what we watched. So we'll get you checked back in. I mean, well, we're not. We hope you put them back in the box at the store. I know you're listening to us through the radio right now. Oh, fuck. Okay, good. Yeah, we can check the box real quick. Oh, what's in the box today, Mikey? What's in the box? What's in the box?
So, it looks like used, like, arm is here, and then, like, a bunch of broken VHS tapes and like a note from Balthy saying sorry. I'll get you back later.
An IOU from Balthy? Holy fuck!
Including the arm. He put in like really little like writing. He said, "I'll put the arm back later. Trust me."
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, Hugh's a deadite, so I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's possible.
Just a zombie arm. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. It's
like a scratch.
It's like moving by itself in there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like that little hand-eye thing from Bride of Reanimator. Nice.
All right, perfect. Okay, well, thanks for returning those kind of, not really, maybe, I don't know. But, so what you were supposed to check back in last week, what Balthy and Hugh sent you home with, were Totally Killer from Nunchaka Con 2023. Nunchaka! That's right? I said that right, I think.
I think so.
Hello?
I think so.
Are you there?
Hello?
Just fucking with you.
Oh, shit. You went Timmy Annie earlier, and I didn't want to say anything, and then all of a sudden you mess with me.
Sorry, yeah, just fucking with Mikey. I might cut that out. We also sent you home with Psychomania from Don Sharp, 1973. Satanic Rites of Dracula from Alan Gibson, 1973 as well.
Those two movies smell like beans.
They smelled like beans, so they were definitely rented by our British friends. Hope you guys are doing well over there, eating your beans.
It's from Britain. Those are British movies.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm sure that if they smelled like beans, it's because the Brits rented them again. I don't know.
No, they're bean-scented movies.
Oh, so the Brits make bean-scented VHSs. Okay, got it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so thanks for that. Eaten Alive by Umberto Lenzi from 1980.
Classic.
Classic. Mardi Gras Massacre by Jack Weiss from 1978, which is supposed to be the follow-up to Blood Feast, I guess. And then lastly, for the kids, we sent you home with Labyrinth by Jim Henson from 1986. Starring the epic...
Jim Henson, motherfucker.
Jim Henson, bitch. I'm fucking Kermit, dog. Anyway, so yes, I guess everything looks okay other than it being all completely shredded and there's an arm in the box. Anyway, so I'm gonna pull over real quick.
Wait, I'm getting a phone call.
Oh, okay. All right, check it out.
All right. Boop, boop, boop.
Shut the fuck up, you dumb bitch. Get back to work.
I'm bleeding green stuff.
I fucking hate this guy. Good. Mikey, I hate you so much.
Balthazar, I'll put you through a table.
I will gouge out your eyes and feed them to my pet hamster.
Fucking pet hamster? What kind of... What? Demons and hamsters? I guess that makes sense. Hamsters are pretty fucking evil, if I say so. Ham.
Yes, his name is Kunta Cabre.
Oh, I thought it was Bobolini.
Kunta Cabre?
Yes, Bobolini is his last name. Cunt.
Oh, shit. All right, you guys need... Just hang up the phone. I don't want you talking right now.
Yeah. Beep.
All right.
Okay.
All right, thanks. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to pull over real quick. Okay. So we are in D.C. We're in, Georgetown. So we pulled up just now.
Georgetown, motherfucker.
Georgetown. We just pulled up onto Northwest Prospect Street. Number 3600 is probably about 5 blocks down. It's on the left.
Wait,
but
be careful. Be careful. Don't fall down the stairs.
What? No, we're not there yet. That's like 5 blocks away. It's okay.
Okay, good. I'm just telling you, don't fall down those stairs. I heard about them. They're bad.
Okay, we'll be there in a minute. All right. Don't worry. Don't you fall down the stairs. Don't go on the roof. Don't go to the window. Holy shit.
Or the walls.
Okay! All right, but so yeah, we're about 5 blocks away from 3600, which is where everything takes place. But it's 1988, so we're not going to see any of the events that happen here, or get to meet my favorite demon, Pazuzu, who gets a bad rep thanks to this movie. And I will say he is a better guy than they portray, but we'll talk about that later. We are going to use a little skibbity tabbity magic. Is that my scabby friend? What? Is that little Scabby Mane?
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill you, Darren. How do we leave? How do we sleep?
I fucking hate you so much. Get the fuck out of my car. Get out. Get out.
Stop the tires. You can't leave Georgetown, motherfucker.
You fucking bitch. You know what? I'm going to tell your dad and he's going to spank your fucking butt. He's going to spank you right on the ass.
He laughed. What are you talking about, dude?
I said Scabby's going to spank your ass, Deep Grundle. All right. So.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, sure. Okay. If you've listened to the last couple episodes, you've heard our void-tastic recipe to jump through time and space. Dun, dun, dun. As always, this recipe was gifted to us by our favorite and terrifying neighborhood paralysis demon.
He's our god now.
Scabby Man. And little Scabby Mane's a bitch. At our last pit stop, I dumped about 3 pounds of scabs. Get the fuck out of my car. Get the fuck out of my car. 1 packet of ramen And I took a piss in the gas tank today to see what happens. You think that'll go well? I don't know. When we take off, when we take off and we get this poor, terribly destroyed Subaru that Mikey flipped 17 times up to 88 miles an hour, we should be launched.
Yeah, we got T-boned.
We should be launched through the thin layer of the void diddy-noid.
The car is kind of like landed on its like side.
Yeah, it'll be okay. But we'll get to 1973. All right, so you ready to fucking go, Mikey?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right. I'm gonna do like we did. We haven't even what? I didn't even hit the gas. Did you just? Are you making noises for funsies?
No, I'm there already.
Oh, how can I hear you then? And why are you
through the walls?
Why is your skeleton sitting in the seat next to me? That's weird.
Here, wait, I'm just flesh.
You're just a pile. You're like a Cronenberg monster pile of flesh.
Just like a puddle. Like
nice.
Peter Griffin went like spineless in Family Guy.
Nice. All right. Cool. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll be there with your bones in a minute.
Melted out
okay.
corpse.
So I'm gonna see if I can tune the radio to play the trailer while we're jumping again. That was kind of nice last week. It kind of saved some time. So let's fucking go. I guess we really live our lives just a quarter mile at a time.
Hey, where'd this come from?
I found it.
Well, let's both play.
You really don't want me to play?
Captain Howdy said no.
Who's Captain Howdy?
You're gonna die up there.
I need reassignment. You're the best we've got. I think I've lost my faith.
Is there someone inside you?
Sometimes.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Is it Captain Howdy? You ever heard of exorcism?
How do you go about getting an exorcism?
I beg your pardon? I'm Damien Karras. I'd like to help you. Where's Reagan?
In here with us.
I believe we should begin. Avoid conversations with the demon. The demon is a liar. He will mix lies with the truth
Why, Dimmy?
to attack us. Do not listen.
That thing isn't my daughter.
It is he who commands you. The power of Christ compels you.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
I am fucking loving making all of these Fast and the Furious quotes every week. So stupid. Brian, you ain't got friends, you got family, Brian. Everybody's your family, and you take care of the family. You family-ass bitch. I think that was in like Fast and the Furious 7 or something.
I think that was just a meme.
I don't know.
All the family.
Old Vinny D, he be making them quotes. So, all right. Mr. Mikey is now going to read the back of the box so we can get started.
I accidentally clicked out of
it. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Okay. When a young girl is possessed by a mysterious entity, her mother seeks for help from two Catholic priests to save her life.
Okay. Is that it? Really? That's all on the back of the box? All right. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty much what happens with a lot of other shit, and we're going to get to it. So, Real quick, we'll do a quick cast, crew, company notes, and an overview. So, The Exorcist is a 1973 American supernatural horror film directed by one William Friedkin from a screenplay by William Peter Blatty, based on his 1971 novel of the same name. The film stars Ellen Burstyn. She burst him with fun. Max von Sydow, Jason Miller,
Sandow,
and of course,
Sydow.
yeah, that's what I said. And Linda Blair. The story, you know what? Well, never mind. We'll get to that. The story follows the demonic possession of a young girl and her mother's attempt to rescue her through an exorcism by two badass Catholic priests. Blatty, who also produced, and Friedkin, his choice as a director, had difficulty casting the film. Their choice of relative unknowns in Burstyn, Blair, and Miller instead of major stars drew opposition from Warner Brothers Pictures executives. Principal photography was also difficult, taking place in both hot deserts and refrigerated sets, as you can see from all the breath steam in all of those scenes. Many cast and crew were injured. Some died, and unusual accidents delayed shooting, which we will get into.
I think 9 died. I think 9 died, yeah.
We will definitely talk about those. Production took twice as long as scheduled and cost almost 3 times the initial budget. The many mishaps have led to a belief that the film was cursed. The Exorcist was released in 24 theaters in the United States on December 26th, 1973. Reviews were mixed, but audiences waited in long lines during cold weather. The sold-out shows were even more profitable for Warner since they had booked into those theaters under 4-wall distribution rental agreements, the first time a major studio had ever done that. Some viewers suffered adverse physical reactions, fainting, or vomiting to shocking scenes such as the realistic cerebral angiography.
Oh my God, I have a story about that.
Okay.
So my dad, when I was a kid, my dad was like, after I saw it, no, did he say the book or the movie? I can't remember. He was sleeping at the edge of his parents' bed. He was like scared.
Interesting.
I don't think it's that scary, but
I don't either. But
I love it, though.
It says many children were allowed to see this movie, leading to charges that the MPAA ratings board had accommodated Warner by giving the film an R instead of an X, which is ridiculous.
Why would it get an X, though?
It's not an X. To ensure...
Exactly, yeah. There's like no nudity. There's like a little bit of gore, like tiny bit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just people were stupid back then. I don't know. Several cities...
Satan.
It's a satanic film, and that girl is possessed by Satan. Several cities attempted to ban it outright or prevent children from attending. At the end of its original theatrical run, the film grossed $193 million and has a lifetime gross of $441 million with subsequent re-releases. Hot damn. The cultural conversation around the film helped it become the first horror film to be nominated for the Academy Award for Best Picture, as well as 9 others. Blatty won Best Adapted Screenplay, while the sound engineers took Best Sound. It has several sequels and was the highest grossing R-rated horror film, unadjusted for inflation, until it. The Exorcist had a significant influence on pop culture, or has had, and several publications regard it as one of the greatest horror films ever made. Totally agree. In 2010, here's another film that the Library of Congress has selected.
This makes me happy every time I see it.
I know, for preservation in the United States National Film Registry as being culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. A sequel set 50 years later in The Exorcist Believer was released on October 6, 2023, with Burstyn and Blair reprising their roles. I have not seen that yet. Have you?
No.
Yeah.
I barely watch any new movies. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Actually, Carla and I talked about doing that movie for a date night because it's in theaters like right now. So.
Oh, cool.
The
last one I watched was totally killer, though.
Yeah, I might report back next episode that we did that. Who knows? All right, so just a couple more little notes. It was the cinematography was by Owen Roisman. The movie was edited by Evan A. Lotman, Norman Gay, and Bud S. Smith. So the music was by Jack Nietzsche. Nietzsche, who we have talked about before on this show.
And you did the same thing then too.
I did, yeah, for funsies. So the budget initially was $12 million, and as I said, in total they brought in $441 million, which obviously put the stamp of approval on future horror films for the next decade and a half. Anyway, let's get into it. Before we start, and talk about like the plot and then production notes. Again, as I say every week, some movies have a lot of notes, some movies don't. There are a shit ton of notes about this film, so I picked and choose the best I could. If I don't cover anything that you are like, hey, you should have talked about this, motherfucker, send me an email at vhsdoom@gmail.com, and I will say, this person thinks I'm a piece of shit, and let me tell you about this note about the
We basically
Exorcist.
have the same notes.
Next week. Yeah. Oh, do we? Nice. Cool. Yeah, so for the plot, because there are so many production notes, we're just going to talk about what we liked. So what are some of your favorite parts of the film, Mikey?
The stuff you wrote here, I thought I don't know how to say it. I guess the way you said it, crucifix mutilation one. Oh. I thought that was creepy.
Yeah, that one is hard to watch. I feel like that one probably enraged a lot of people.
Yep. I feel like that's why it was like being told to be like rated X.
Yeah, for sure.
I always thought the head spinning and vomit was cool, and I always think like when like shows like do that trope or just like parody it, it's kind of annoying at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like that. I like that effect.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love the movie too. I like, as you were saying, with like you didn't say it yet, but like Pazuzu's imagery, I like that too.
Yeah. I think that was really great. So I know, Mikey and I, we're friends and we like to talk about things together because we like a lot of the same shit, right? So of course we're gonna have a lot of the same notes. So yeah,
how can you hate The Exorcist though? That's what I want.
Yeah, right. I don't know, but so the imagery of Pazuzu is really cool, right? So the statues in the beginning, the little figurine that the priest is carrying around, I really like that imagery. But then also, so when they superimposed the face over Reagan of Pazuzu, so that face, that character was the face of a person named Eileen Dietz. I thought that was really cool, and that's super freaky, right? That's like a oh shit moment, which I like.
I would have one.
Yeah, what?
The crab walk down the stairs creeped me out.
Oh fuck! That so that wasn't in the original cut. So
yeah,
you
I was
have the
watching
director's cut. Yeah, and I was
the unrated director's cut.
I was watching the original cut on Amazon because, hate me or not, I don't care, but I don't have a copy of this film.
It has both, the one I have.
An asshat. But
I think I was saying when we were recording, it even came with like a small book about William Friedkin.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
Yeah.
But what I will say is I looked into, because like after I watched the film, I had never really researched Pazuzu before. So Pazuzu is actually based on a god from the Mesopotamian, like an ancient Mesopotamian religion. And he was a demon, but he was like a personification of wind, like the southwestern wind. And he held kingship over other demons. And so he was actually known to protect like pregnant mothers and protect certain people from other demons. So the fact that they used him as the demon that is hurting a young girl in this film, I'm just saying, if I was the demon Pazuzu, I might be a little mad about that, and I might cause a little chaos on set. I don't know. Just saying, throwing it out there. Anyway, I did love the quote. I mean, what an excellent day for an exorcism. That's like badass, bro. I love that shit. And then when they pop out the drawer and it's like, the priest is like, did you do that? Like, in time. I fucking love that.
I felt so bad when Karis flew out the window.
Yeah, right. I know. But, he comes back in one way or another.
I feel like that's the best death in the movie.
Yeah, for sure. So I also had the note of the crucifix and self-mutilation. That does get me every time. I was going to say, I think that maybe they wouldn't, I still think there would have been a lot of adverse reaction to that scene, but if they had not shoved the mother's face into the daughter's crotch right afterward and got blood all over her face,
fuck you,
it may have been less anger from the general public, because I could see where like, okay, yeah, I'm a Catholic. If I'm a Catholic, I'm going to be mad at like let Jesus fuck you or whatever. But then if I'm a mother, like if I'm a Catholic mother and then my daughter, like the daughter shoves the mother's face into her bloody like, crotch. Oh my God, that's fucked. Anyway. Yeah, the head spinning and the vomit, classic. They did it, before. Did they do that before anyone else? I feel like, did anyone else do head spin?
I don't think so. I could be wrong, but
that was a great.
I feel like all those other movies like rip this off. Well, didn't rip it off, but, like do it, same thing.
Yeah. I mean, 1973 is really early for a lot of this stuff. So,
yeah, there's a bunch of. I was talking about it with you like earlier. There's a bunch of Italian movies that are like a rip off of this, like Beyond the Door and The Antichrist.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, 2 Italians.
Those Italians always be stealing, but that's okay. That's okay.
They make better shit, I feel like.
A bippity boppity, I'm a stealing Bobolini. The
in Gobelini's mansion.
The Demon Voice recordings, like backwards.
Yeah.
I feel like that inspired other people to play their records backwards and listen for demon messages. You know what I mean? I feel like that had to be a starting point.
The first death metal band, Possessed, they have a song called The Exorcist where they use the sample of the beginning of the Tubular Bells.
Nice. Okay.
It's on their album Seven Churches.
Yeah. No, that's cool. And then lastly, my last note, I thought the bed shaking effects were really great. And also the floating effects, like they did a great job for it being so early in film and horror history. So I love it.
One of the best directors ever. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace for sure. Cool. Yeah, so those are our plot notes, and now we're going to move into quite a long section. Oh shit. Hey, look, do you see that staircase over there? Should we walk down to the bottom?
I think I'm going to go see what's down there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you run and see what's down there.
I went down every stair in my head.
Mikey's neck is completely turned around. Hey, Scab, can we get a respawn maybe? No, not yet. Oh.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, you did. Okay, good. All right. Cool. Yeah.
He just burped into my mouth and I'm back.
Scabby burped into your mouth and now you're back. I love that. That is the respawn of the century. That's a scabby burp, right?
I feel like at some point we're gonna have to stop doing that, though.
Right? What's your mouth taste like now?
Expired cream cheese.
Expired cream cheese. Awesome. Okay, Mikey, you go explore the stair. Go explore the staircase a little more carefully while I'm reading, and when you come back, you report to me what's happening out and around.
I'll bring you a gift shirt.
All right, cool. All right, so starting now, we're going to talk a little bit about the development of The Exorcist. So aspects of Blatty's novel were inspired by the 1949 exorcism that was performed by Jesuit priest William S. Bowden. It sold poorly until Blatty captivated the Dick Cavett Show's audience with a discussion of whether the devil existed. Soon afterward, the novel topped the New York Times bestseller list. Despite Blatty's previous screenwriting experience on Blake Edwards films, studios had been uninterested in adapting The Exorcist before publication. Lou Gray made a modest offer for the rights that Blatty said later he would have accepted due to his difficult financial circumstances. Lex Luger. But for his retirement requirement that he produce. Shirley MacLaine, a friend of Blatty's, had been interested but wanted someone other than Blatty to produce. A later agreement to co-produce with Paul Monash, producer of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, collapsed over script differences and Blatty's discovery that Monash was trying to wrest control of the film. Some writing notes here. Blatty's screenplay follows the plot of his novel very closely, but it narrows the story's focus. Subplots like the desecration of the churches. Oh, shit, I forgot about when they put the cone titties on the statue. Oh, yeah. And the subsequent relationship that develops between Karras and Kinderman Karras's efforts to convince the church bureaucracy to approve the exorcism and the ongoing medical investigations of Reagan's condition are less prominent in the film than they are in the book, as are supporting characters including Chris's household staff, Dennings, and Reagan's father. The overall time frame is condensed. Some scenes, particularly those with sexual content, were toned down for the movie since an actress of approximately Reagan's age was expected to be cast. The scene where Reagan masturbates with a crucifix, I wouldn't call that masturbation, but sure, was in the book, more prolonged and explicit, with Reagan seriously injuring herself yet attaining orgasm. Wow. The film also excludes the possessed Reagan's constant diarrhea, giving her room a strong foul odor. I would have loved that.
Sexual assault.
Oh, fuck. Bro, if they could have included the diarrhea, like if she would have like lifted her legs up and like shit on everybody.
I have
like
a note. I have a note about the vomiting, actually.
Yeah? What you got?
Okay, so in the scene where Reagan's projectile vomiting on Father Karras, it was supposed to hit him in the chest, but the tube misfired and hit him in the face.
Nice. That made it so much better. Yeah, so Blatty also made the screenplay unambiguous about Reagan's condition. In his novel, every symptom and behavior she exhibits that might indicate possession is counterbalanced.
It's ADHD.
With a reference to an actual case where the same phenomena were found to have natural scientific causes. Aside from Karras's initial professional skepticism, that perspective is absent from the film. Okay, so we're going to get into a few casting notes here. Oh, look at that. That window's open up there. Oh, is there a man standing there? Who is that? What's happening up there? Holy shit! Wow, he got thrown out that window and just tumbled all the way down those stairs. Huh.
Onto his head.
Yeah, his head is like off.
I told him to be safe because he saw me do that. I don't know what happened.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, listen, you got to be careful at old 3700. That's what it is, right? 3700.
I think so.
Northwest Prospect. 3600. 3600.
Yeah,
it was actually, if you go... Horse Machine Ranch Road. I really fucking love Horse Machine Ranch Road. So if you go on, I think it was either for sale or it is for sale right now. 3600 Northwest Prospect, the house of the Exorcist. I think it is either for sale or it was for sale recently. But it don't look that good. You
could probably drive there.
Yeah, so I could. All right, so casting notes. The lead roles, particularly Reagan, were not easily cast. Although many major stars of the era were considered for them, Blatty and Friedkin ultimately went with a lesser-known set of actors to the studio's consternation. What a word. All right, so for each individual, I just picked a couple of them. We have
Very interesting.
Yeah, we have our Chris and Father Karras. We have Reagan, some notes on Reagan, and then some supporting roles, but not everybody that you can find notes on because it's just too many. So Jack Nicholson was considered for Karras, and Paul Newman was interested before Blatty hired Stacy Keach.
Oh my God, Keach.
3 A-list actresses of the time. Oh, shit. Audrey Hepburn, Anne Bancroft, and Jane Fonda were all considered for Chris, but they all rejected the part. That would have been interesting with Audrey Hepburn, I think. I don't know. Maybe
I like this note.
Yeah. Friedkin also rejected Blatty's friend Shirley MacLaine since she had starred in The Possession of Joel Delaney, which was a similar film. After meeting Carol Burnett, Friedkin believed she had the range beyond her comic television persona. Blatty agreed, but the studio turned her down. Ellen Burstyn received the part after she told Friedkin she was destined to play Chris. I'm destined. Discussing the Catholic upbringing that she had later rejected. Studio head Ted Ashley. You got a problem with Catholics? Okay. Yeah, sure he does. I know he does. He has a problem with everybody, though. Ted Ashley vigorously opposed casting her, but relented after no other alternatives emerged. Friedkin had first spoken to Jason Miller, who was a stage actor and playwright, after a performance of his play That Championship Season, and had given him a copy of the novel. Miller had received a Catholic education and studied to be a Jesuit priest for 3 years at Catholic University of America until experiencing a spiritual crisis similar to Karras's. Upon reading the novel, he told Friedkin, "Karras is me." Quote, that's his quote. Friedkin responded that Keach had already been assigned.
It's Keach.
But granted his request,
now you got me confused.
Granted his request for a screen test. During the test, Miller and Burstyn perform the scene where Chris informs Karras that she suspects Reagan might be possessed. He then filmed Burstyn interviewing Miller about his life and asked him to recite Mass as if it was for the first time. After viewing the footage the next morning, Friedkin realized Miller's dark, good looks, haunted eyes, quiet intensity, and low, compassionate voice were exactly what the part needed. The studio then bought out Keach's contract. And now I don't have to talk about him anymore. Okay. All right. Keach.
Say his name.
About Reagan. So directors considered for The Exorcist doubted a young actress could carry the film. Mike Nichols had turned it down for that reason. The first actress considered had been in other successful films and television series. Pamelin, what the fuck kind of name? Pamelin Ferdin was turned down as too familiar. Denise Nickerson, who had played Violet Beauregard in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, interesting, said in a later interview that her family...
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, her family found the script too dark. Janet Leigh would not let her daughter...
What?
Janet Leigh would not let her daughter Jamie Lee Curtis audition. That would have been wild. Friedkin was considering older actresses until Eleanor Blair came in unannounced with her daughter Linda Blair, whose credits were primarily in modeling and a single soap opera role. Friedkin later recalled her as a smart but not precocious, cute but not beautiful, a normal, happy 12-year-old girl. He asked if she knew what The Exorcist was about. She told him
she's
that
a great actress.
She is, that she had read the book. It's about a little girl. This is her quote. It's about a little girl who gets possessed by the devil and does a whole bunch of bad things. So Blair was cast after tests with Burstyn. After all these difficult scenes, she tiptoed around and giggled after every bit, Blatty recalled. Friedkin said, "There wasn't one other actress I would have considered."
Wait, is this the movie? Did he fire a gun off to scare people so they would be scared in the movie? Here it is.
Okay.
Yeah, so Exorcist director William Friedkin fired a gun off screen to get terrified reactions on camera.
Holy shit.
What a motherfucker.
Yeah, obviously he's a little bit weird, but okay.
That's deranged. That's fucking
Yes.
deranged.
Okay, so where was I? So Friedkin said there was not one other actress that I would have considered. He had planned to use Blair's electronically treated voice for Pazuzu's dialogue, but in scenes with the priests, it lacked the power that was required. So he cast an experienced voice actress in Mercedes McCambridge. After filming, Warner did not credit her until the Screen Actors Guild arbitration happened.
What the fuck?
Yeah. McCambridge's name was included. Yeah. McCambridge's name was included in the credits on all but the first 30 prints. But the dispute prevented the release of a soundtrack album with excerpts of her own dialogue. Warner repeatedly forced Friedkin to use Eileen Dietz, who was 15 years Blair's senior. Dietz stood in for Blair in the crucifix scene, the fist fight with Father Karras, and others that were too violent or disturbing for Blair to perform. She recalled that Friedkin gave her no notes, and said, "I wasn't playing a little girl. I was playing the demon that possessed the little girl." Dietz appears on camera as the face of Pazuzu, as we talked about earlier. All right, so lastly, we'll talk about this last note of Dietz. So Blair, who recalls Friedkin telling her the film would not succeed if she was not in as many shots as possible, estimates that Dietz is in 17 seconds of the film. Dietz, angry that her contribution to the film had been minimized, claimed in the media to have performed all of the possession scenes. Warner ultimately measured her screen presence at 28.25 seconds, but denied that her contribution was dramatically significant. All right, so some supporting role notes. So Warner Brothers did want Marlon Brando for the role of Lancaster Marin, but Friedkin refused. A Philippe Halsman photograph of Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, one of Blatty's inspiration for Father Marin, inspired Friedkin to cast Max von, how do you say it? Sydow?
Sandow? Can you hear me?
Sydow? Yeah, I can hear you. Sydow.
Sydow.
Instead of Paul Schofield, who Blatty had wanted. The film's supporting roles were cast more quickly. At a play, Blatty and Friedkin ran into Lee J. Cobb, Corn on the Cob, who was cast as Lieutenant Kinderman.
Corn on the fucking cob.
Lieutenant Corn Cob. Two priests were cast. Father William O'Malley, who had become acquainted with Blatty through his criticism of the novel, was cast as Father Dyer, whom he had considered cliched in the novel. The Reverend Thomas Birmingham, a Georgetown professor who had assigned Blatty research on demonic possession as a student, took the role of the university president. Okay. Jack McGowan got the role of Dennings, which earlier in production seemed to be going to J. Lee Thompson. A later cast list adds Mary Boylan and the Reverend John Nicola, one of the film's technical advisors, in small roles. Greek actor Titos Vandis, cast as Karras's uncle, who said, "You shouldn't put your mother in this home. If you were a better psychologist and you didn't work for the fucking church, you could make some money," which is true, was cast as his uncle, covered his face with a hat to avoid associations with his role in the recent Woody Allen film, Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Sex, but were afraid to ask. All right, and then lastly, Friedkin cast Veliski Malinaros, I think, as Kara's mother after reportedly encountering her in a Greek restaurant. Okay, cool. Anything from you on casting notes, Mikey?
No, I think you covered it all.
Okay, cool. Holy fuck, dude. That's a lot of vomit coming out of that window. Is it coming right for your face? Wow, that's really green and sticky. Oh, nice. Cool. Oh, look over there. I see
my new shoes.
I see a bunch of students protesting. Should we walk over there and see what's going on?
Dude, it's just a film set. What are you doing?
Oh, it's not real. Okay, gotcha.
No, it's a film set. Get off the set, dude.
Hey. Hi, everybody. Hi. How are you? Nice to see you.
Dylan's right in front of the camera. He's ruining the movie. The director's getting a gun. What? We better run, dude.
Oh, shit. Get out of here. All right. All right, we're back at the stairs. Okay. All right, so a couple little notes here.
I'm covered in your blood.
Cinematography. Yeah, you know, Scabby burped in my mouth too, and it did taste like sour cream and onion chive.
Like stale, right?
Kind of like stale. Like it's been in a bagel that's been in a trash can for like 8 weeks or so. Something like that. I don't know.
That also has like mold on
it. Okay, so
and
some cinematography
black
notes.
Water from the beneath.
What the fuck? You mean that black water that used to come up in the store that we worked in together? Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, so Owen Roisman, who was the director of photography on The French Connection, worked in this position again.
I love that movie so much.
In The Exorcist, yes. He was in charge of filming every scene except for the Iraqi prologue that was shot by Billy Williams. Roisman and Friedkin wanted The Exorcist, like their previous film, to appear to have been shot in available light. Okay, that's cool. The McNeil house was unlike house interiors in other horror films, such as Psycho. It was designed to look normal and inviting, but lit to suggest an ominous presence. Otherwise, Roisman said Friedkin demanded complete realism and wanted to see pictures with glass in them, mirrors on the walls, and all of the other highly reflective surfaces you would naturally find in a house. We never tried to cover anything up as we would normally do for shooting. This meant that the kitchen set... Yeah, this meant that the kitchen set with much stainless steel and glass was virtually impossible to light beyond the practical ceiling fixtures and whatever other lights they could manage to sneak in and hide. We would walk in, hit the switch, and shoot through not much choice. Okay, that's neat. Yeah, that would make sense. Having a lot of stainless steel would really give away any lighting that you would have to put up at all. Okay, so some notes on the filming locations. Principal photography began in August of 1972. Although the film was set in Washington, D.C., many interior scenes were shot in New York City. The McNeil residence interiors were filmed at CECO Studios in Manhattan, with Karras's confrontation with his uncle that was shot at Goldwater Memorial Hospital, which is now the site of Cornell Tech on Roosevelt Island in the East River between Manhattan and Queens. The scenes with Karras's mother in the hospital were filmed at Bellevue. The scene where Father Karras listens to the tapes of Reagan was filmed in the basement of Fordham University's Keating Hall, where O'Malley was an assistant professor of theology. The film's opening sequences were filmed in and near Mosul, Iraq, at a time when the U.S. and Iraq did not have diplomatic relations. Warner Brothers feared that Friedkin and his crew might not be able to return. The negotiated filming arrangements directly with local officials of the ruling Ba'ath Party required that he hire local workers as crew and teach filmmaking to interested residents. The archaeological dig site shown as is Hatra, which is southwest of Mosul. Temperatures during the days reached 130 degrees, which limited shooting to dawn and dusk, which, I mean, those are magic hours anyway, and that's probably why those scenes look so good.
Mm-hmm. I like the scene where, like, behind the Pazuzu statue, she's like this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's
for
really
everyone.
cool.
Yeah, I just put my arms up for everyone listening, not watching.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I did like that. Yeah, that scene really bothers me because of the dogs fighting. It just it increases this like tension feel. You know what I mean? It's a cool decision though.
Fantastic movie, honestly.
It is, yeah. The exterior of the McNeil house was a family home on 36th and Prospect Streets in Washington, which we're standing outside of right now. A mansard roof was added to account for the attic scene. The neighboring stairs... Is somebody looking out that fucking window? Dude, I think somebody just opened the blinds up there. Holy shit. Okay. So the neighboring stairs were padded with 1.5 inches of rubber for Karras's death. The house was set back slightly from the steps, so the crew built an eastward extension with a false front to allow the stunt double playing Karras to fall directly down. Which is good. He didn't have to jump out of the window really far. Several scenes were shot in the basement of Fordham's Keating Hall, as we said, but many Georgetown locations and on and off campus were used. Burston's first scene, where she lectures the protesters, was shot on the steps of Healy Hall. She is also seen walking down the steps of Lingwer Library. Other scenes use the interiors of Dahlgren Chapel and the university president's office, used as the archbishop's office. One scene was filmed in the Tombs, which is a popular local pub, and I think that's where the two priests get together and share a beer. Exorcism scenes, just a few notes on this. The exorcism scenes were challenging to film, as I assume they would be. Friedkin wanted the bedroom set to be cold enough to be able to see the actor's breath as described in the novel. A $50,000, which would be $250,000 roughly today, refrigeration system was installed to cool the set to minus 20 Fahrenheit. What the fuck? He just
wanted to kill his crew, it sounds like.
Right. That's fucking wild. Since the set lighting warmed the air, it remained cold enough to film for only 3 minutes at a time. Due to frequent breakdowns, Only 5 shots could be finished each day.
I wonder how many cameras they lost.
I don't know, man. That's wild. The complete scene, filmed in script order, took 1 month to complete. That's insane dedication to that cold breath. It was
wanted
easier.
realism.
Yeah, right, for real. So it was easier to film some of the other supernatural manifestations, such as the bed rocking and the curtains blowing, since the walls and ceiling of the set were capable of being moved to accommodate the camera. After the scene where the ceiling cracks, it was replaced with one attached to the walls, requiring a hole to be cut in it for a rig to go through when Regan levitates. The most challenging shot in the sequence was that levitation. The 80-pound Blair wore a bodysuit under her nightgown with attached hooks for monofilament wires. Roisman had filmed similar scenes before, painting the wires to match the background so that they wouldn't show. This was difficult in The Exorcist because of the changes in the background. We had to practically paint them frame by frame, he said. While most directors would have been satisfied to smooth out the scene in post-production, Friedkin wanted it done in longer takes. Friedkin did not want any scenes in the movie to have any kind of spooky lights that you typically saw in horror films. So all of the light in the bedroom comes from a visible source. The room's color scheme also suggested black and white film with gray taupe walls. Regan's bedding, a neutral beige, and the priest in black. According to Roisman, white could have been too dominant. In toning everything down like this, quote, in toning everything down like this, the only real color in the room becomes the skin tones, he said.
Oh, my God.
The dude is definitely dedicated, or was dedicated. All right, so last notes for me, we're going to go through production difficulties and the purported curse that we dealt with yesterday, and then we're going to get Mikey talking a bit.
You have so much more to read.
That's a possessed fucking burp right there.
Well, I just spun my neck around and it just cracked really good.
Oh, nice. Good. So then Mikey's going to get into some of the music, and I'll kind of help with that. And then we'll go in through our critical reception and release. So production difficulties and the purported curse. Due to production problems and accidents on set, The Exorcist, originally scheduled for 85 days of principal photography, took over 200 days to wrap. The film went $2.5 million, which, and just for inflation, is $12.5 million over their budget.
$64 billion now.
Yeah. Ultimately costing the studio $750 billion. Early on, shooting was delayed by 6 weeks after a bird flew into a circuit breaker on the house sets that started a fire and destroyed all of them, except for Regan's room. Later, another set was severely damaged by the sprinkler system. The 10-foot statue of Pazuzu was shipped to Hong Kong instead of Iraq, causing a 2-week delay. I'm telling you, Pazuzu was not happy about being mischaracterized. Injuries to cast and crew also affected production. Burston and Blair have lasting consequences from back injuries. Burston's occurred during the scene where the possessed Regan throws Chris backwards. The take used in the film left her unable to film for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think she actually got thrown.
Yeah, and on crutches for the rest of the shoot. With a fractured
coccyx.
Coccyx?
Tailbone.
Her butt bone was cracked. It has caused her chronic problems due to inadequate early treatment. Now, Blair fractured her lower spine after being too loosely strapped to the rocking bed.
Yeah, she was a kid then. That's wild.
Right? A take also
So he broke a child's back.
In the finished film. Yes, he shot a gun, scared them, and then broke a child's back.
Bane style.
Fucking Christ, man. Okay, so she developed...
He lifts her up over his head.
She developed... He just picked her up. Friedkin picked up Linda Blair with a head in one hand and her legs in the other and lifted her all the way over his head. And then he, boom, dropped her right on his knee and said, "Ha ha, you little 12-year-old bitch." That was really messed up. William Friedkin, man. What a guy.
I love this show.
Okay. So, unfortunately, due to being power dropped onto his knee, Blair developed scoliosis with long-term health effects as well, unfortunately, as a lifelong aversion to cold from all of her time in the refrigerated bedroom set when she was only wearing a nightgown and long underwear. A carpenter happened to cut off his thumb, and a lighting technician lost a toe in other accidents. Now, here are some more bad news. Some bad issues here. Other people connected with the film or their family members happened to die. McGowran, a week after completing his scenes as Dennings, died. Malin-Rose also died, like her character, before the film was finished. Wow. Deaths among the crew are those close to them included the night watchman, the operator of the refrigeration system for Reagan's room, and an assistant cameraman's newborn child. Fuck.
What?
Blair's grandfather died during the first week of production.
How?
Holy shit. And von Sydow had to return to Sweden after his first day of shooting when his brother died, further delaying the shoot. One of Miller's sons nearly died when a motorcycle struck him, and a trash truck grabbed him with a hook and drug him for several streets. Or maybe that was a different movie we talked about. I don't know. Several years after the film's release, Paul Bateson, the technician in the angiography scene, was convicted of murdering a journalist named Addison Verrill. Holy shit. In 2015, Hatra, the World Heritage Site where the prologue was shot, was damaged by ISIL militants.
Yeah,
Friedkin
ISIS destroyed it.
They did, yeah. Friedkin believed that there might have been some supernatural interference with the film. He said, quote, "I'm not a convert to the occult, but after all I've seen happen on this film, I definitely believe in demonic possession. We were plagued by strange and sinister things from the beginning." Vercourter said he, quote, "felt I was playing around with something that I shouldn't be playing with." To mollify the crew, Friedkin asked Father Birmingham, the film's technical advisor, to perform an exorcism on the set. Birmingham instead blessed the cast and crew, right, believing that an actual exorcism would only make the cast more anxious, which Friedkin probably wanted. British film historian Sarah Crowther believes the stories of the curse were disseminated by Warner Brothers, likening it to horror producer William Castle's elaborate marketing gimmicks. She believes most of the aspects of the curse are really just the result of Friedkin's driving, relentless production, and gunshots. Blatty agreed, telling Kermode that Friedkin had started the curse story with an interview during production, which he blamed the devils for the film's many delays. "If you shoot something for a year," Blatty said, "people are going to get hurt. People are going to die." Blair told Kermode that stories of the supposed curse circulated because viewers chose to see a scary film, and maybe they wanted to believe all those rumors because it helped the whole process. In 2000, Blatty joked that there's no exorcist cursed. I am the exorcist cursed. When he was asked of the death,
exorcist cursed now.
When he was asked of the death of Blair's pet mouse, and if it was related to the curse. I don't fucking know, bro.
What?
I guess Linda Blair's pet mouse died, and they're like, "Yeah,
R.I.P. mouse."
It was definitely the demon Pazuzu." Anyway, all right. So that takes us through production notes. There were a lot of them, but we needed to go through them because they are super important and about one of the best films of all time. Now we're going to move on to a few notes on imagery and music. Mikey is going to cover some sound effects notes here.
Ron Nagel, Doc Siegel, Gonzalo Gaevera. and Bob Fine created the sound effects, mixing bees, dogs, hamsters, pigs in a demon's voice. The sound of Reagan's head rotating was made by twisting a leather wallet. I love that kind of stuff.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that.
Reagan personally involved in the 4-month sound process. Last aspect of the film finished just before release. Jim Nelson, whom Friedkin had hired to supervise the mixing, recalls director being particularly demanding, treating his then girlfriend among those assisting in the project like a dog.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm sure he would do that. Okay, so some subliminal imagery notes. Wilson Bryan Key devoted a chapter to the film in his book Media's Exploitation, alleging repeated use of subliminal and semi-subliminal imagery and sound effects. In addition to the Pazuzu face, he claimed that the safety padding on the bedposts was shaped to cast phallic shadows. Probably so, knowing Friedkin. And that a skull face is superimposed into one of Father Marin's breath clouds. I didn't notice that, but that'd be cool. A 1991 Video Watchdog article examined the claim with stills of several uses of subliminal flashing. Quote, I saw subliminal cuts in a number of films before I ever put them in The Exorcist, Friedkin told the authors. And I thought it was a very effective storytelling device. The subliminal editing in The Exorcist was done for dramatic effect to create and achieve and sustain a kind of dreamlike state. In a 1999 interview, Blatty said, quote, there are no subliminal images. If you can see it, it's not subliminal. Okay. That title sequence was the first major project for the film designer Dan Perry, whom Friedkin sought out after seeing his work on Electra Glide in Blue. His plan for the titles evolved as the film progressed. For the words themselves, Perry chose to keep the Weiss initial typeface used on the cover of Blatty's novel. The filmmakers wanted them in red, but it was hard to choose an exact shade since red tends to spill on a black background. Perry's input into the film opening extended beyond the credits. Friedkin told him he wanted the film to begin with a sunrise, which he had not filmed while there. The closest shot he had was at midday of the sun in an orange sky with rising heat visible. Perry suggested an implied sunrise fading in on the sun and going from black and white to color over 30 seconds, giving the film a sense of beginning that it had lacked before. All right, some music notes from old Mikey.
Mike Oldfield's Tubular Bells became very popular after its use in the film. Friedkin recalls in 2015 that he wanted someone like Brahms' Lullaby with a kind of childhood feel. He had gone to see Callie, or is it Callie? What do you think?
So. Yeah, Callie,
who directed him to company nearby music library. There he found Oldfield's record, which Warner's had not planned to release. Lalo Schifrin said that after he written 6 minutes of music for The Flash Face and a working score, trailer executives told Friedkin that they wanted softer music. Friedkin never told him. Friedkin rejected the score in 2005. Schifrin says this is in retaliation for an earlier incident between the two. All right. Schifrin denies the claim he used his original Exorcist music later in the Amityville Horror. According to a 1998 documentary, Friedkin threw away the tapes of Schifrin's score in a studio parking lot. In his Castle Frankenstein interview shortly after the film's release, Friedkin said that he had hired an unnamed composer and he did the score all right. I thought it was... That was really loud.
What the fuck was that? Holy shit. I think some girl is like going crazy over there. Huh. Is she being possessed?
Yo, don't use that crucifix like that.
Oh, god damn. Ugh. Ugh, she just shoved her mom's face in it. Ugh. Anyway.
He decided to use the music he had given the composer as inspiration Bernard Herrmann, one of my favorite composers.
Yeah.
Famous for his scores for Orson Welles and Alfred Hitchcock, turned down the job after reviewing a rough cut. He felt the minimal opening credits derived a composer of opportunity to establish a musical mood with an overture. In 1975 interview with High Fidelity magazine, Herrmann said that Friedkin objected to his intent to use an organ and saying, "I don't want any Catholic music in my picture," and insisted sharing the composer credit. In the soundtrack liner notes for 1977's Sorcerer, another one of my favorite movies, Friedkin said if he had heard the music of Tangerine Dream earlier, he would have had them score the movie instead.
Oh, that would have been cool. Okay.
Wouldn't that have been awesome?
Yeah, that would have been badass.
He used a modern classical composition, including portions of 1972's Cello Concerto No. 1.
Holy shit! I think William Friedkin's fucking around. Holy God!
He Amityville'd me. He Amityville'd me.
Holy shit, bro! Fuck! God damn! Holy God! Stop it! Stop! Okay. All right. Sorry.
He's dead already.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Sorry.
Hmm?
5 pieces for orchestra by Austrian composer Anton Webern. Is that it? Webern?
Sure.
Webern.
I think so.
I'm doing the thing you did.
Yeah.
As well as some original music by Jack Nietzsche. God damn it, you're right.
Nietzsche.
It makes me feel like I'm seeing that, but it's not.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All heard only during the scene transitions. The 2000 cut features new music by Steven Boydecker. As well as a brief source music by Les Baxter.
Nice.
What is with it? Why is there so many? It's so weird.
Yeah, a lot of people worked on this shit. Anyway.
Yeah, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. The Greek song on the radio as Father Karras is leaving his mother's house is...
Oh, fuck. Paramathakimu, which is translated to my tail.
You know what's funny that I named myself Souvlaki Karate before we started?
You did, yeah. Yesterday, Mikey's name was Souvlaki Karate and then Teriyaki Karate. Next week, his name's going to be Paramathakimu. Okay. Shout out to my Greek friends. Yeah.
Part of Hans Warner's Hence. In 1966, composition Fantasia for Strings is played over the closing credits.
Okay.
There are only 17 minutes of music in a 2-hour film. What I wanted, Friedkin said, what I think we have in the film is understated music. The music is just a presence like a cold hand in the back of the neck, rather than assertive.
So, So in her ambivalent review of the film, critic Judas Priest Christ. She, as a film critic who lost her penis, praised the film's sparring and adventurous use of music. In 1998, a restored and remastered soundtrack was released by Warner Brothers without Tubular Bells that included 3 pieces. Music from the unused trailer, an 11-minute suite from the unused score, and a rock ballad, which was an unused theme, from Schifrin's rejected score. That same year, the Japanese version of the original soundtrack LP omitted the Schifrin pieces but restored the main theme and the Night of the Electric Insects movement from George Crumb's string quartet Black Angels. Waxwork Records released the remastered score in 2017. They included Friedkin's linear notes with art by Justin Erickson of Phantom City Creative. All right, so now we're going to go on and jump on over to the shotgun. I shouldn't have a soundboard. Critical reception and release awesome. Notes with Mikey. So he's going to go through a couple of reviews, our Harambe Man review section from IMDb, where we'll talk about one happy Harambe in heaven, and we'll talk about
so excited.
One angry Harambe Man. All right, check him out.
I'm going to start with the one. I like this one. This person used rubbish in the title.
They're definitely British.
Okay, here we go. This has to be one of the most pathetic films I've ever seen. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. This was not scary apart from the part that only a few people have seen because it was deleted, the so-called spider walk scene. The bit with the crucifix, this is disgusting and a hilarious film. It did not scare me or play with my mind as it was supposed to. Who would write a movie about a girl being possessed by the devil? Well, lots of people. But anyone give the devil such attitude? I think the part with your mother sucks cocks in hell. Well, they censored cocks with like 4 asterisks.
Yeah.
Was way over the top. The devil and demon being should have been more clever.
Interesting. Well, obviously, that's an angry Harambe, and you know what happens to angry Harambes? Okay.
I am...
Too soon? Too soon? Okay.
It's been like almost 10 years.
Yeah, so, all right,
we're
going to get over to Happy Harambe in heaven, because he's already been... All right, let's go.
Okay, here we go. I'm trying to find one that's not too long, because people are writing love letters in here.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
I recently revisited this film on Blu-ray after 45 years. It still rates as one of my favorite horror movies, one of my top 10 films, and a masterpiece, making beautiful photography, great locations, set effects, acting. It all stands up to this day.
Nice. All right, love it. Cool. So
Short
we're going to get
and
in. Yeah. We're going to get into just a couple release notes. So we'll just get into home media. We'll talk about that. And then I'll get through the legacy.
A 25th anniversary special edition box set was released in 1998 on VHS and DVD.
VHS 2! Sorry.
I was about to stutter. Thank you, though.
No, it's okay.
You got me right there. That was good. Okay. With the original ending as special features, Blatty was pleased that the scenes was restored, saying it was the way it ought to be seen. The DVD also contains The Fear of God, a documentary making of the film.
Nice.
The version you've never seen was released on DVD and VHS in 2000. I got that when I was working at ShopRite back in the day.
Nice, ShopRite.
It was like one of the ones that we sold on the... Yeah.
So ShopRite used to do a can sale. They'd sell the dented cans for like 50 cents.
Shit.
Dude.
Yo, that was the worst bagging time.
ShopRite, da-da-da-da, can, da-da-da-da, ShopRite, da-da-da-da, can, sale. All right.
All right, back to it. All right, and it was re-released on DVD and Blu-ray with slight alterations as extended director's cut in 2010. The 40th anniversary Blu-ray was released in 2013 with both cuts and many previous released features, 2 featurettes about Blatty, The Exorcist complete anthology. A box set was released on DVD in 2006, and then a box set was released in 2006, and on Blu-ray in 2014. That's the one I have. Okay,
nice.
It contains both cuts. The sequels, Exorcist 3, which, have you seen that one?
No, I haven't. No.
Or second one? I haven't seen any of the sequels, actually.
Yeah.
They were all released on Blu-ray and now on September 2023. Both the theatrical and the extended versions are on 4K.
Yeah, that looks...
And that marks the 50th anniversary. That's wild.
Right? Yeah, I have not seen the sequels, but I've heard they're kind of neat.
I heard 3 is like ridiculous.
Yeah, so like Blatty wrote a like follow-up book where essentially Karis's body is resurrected by Pazuzu.
Oh, I heard about this.
With the spirit of the Gemini killer or something like that.
I think so.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be like pretty wild. So I kind of want to check them out. But anyway, all right. So let's go ahead.
We were talking about Amityville earlier too. That's another one I love so much. I love these haunted house movies. Well, not haunted house, but like, you know what I mean, like that, Burnt Offerings.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely. We should definitely do Amityville, Poltergeist. Those are on the list. So
The Conjuring, because that was pretty popular even now.
Fuck, dude. When that like demon, whatever witch,
clap,
like
clap.
the clap, yeah, for sure. But also when she
And
jumped
then,
off,
when she jumped down, yeah.
Oh, that one got
that
me.
That legitimately scared me.
Yeah, me too. All right, so we're going to wrap up here with a couple legacy notes, and then we're going to start to get the fuck out of here. So, all right, so effect on films and industry, just its legacy and accolades. Cinefantastique, which I guess is a website or magazine, wrote that The Exorcist has done for horror what 2001 did for science fiction, legitimizing it in the eyes of thousands who previously considered horror movies nothing more than a giggle. Giggle, bitch. Studios subsequently allotted large budgets to horror films with similar themes, such as The Omen, The Sentinel, Burnt Offerings, Audrey Rose, and the Amityville Horror.
Have you ever seen The Sentinel?
I have not. No, I have not.
Oh my god, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. Like favorite horror movies. It's so good.
Nice. Put it on the list.
That one and The Omen. The Omen is another one of my favorites.
I like The Omen. Were you a Cujo fan?
Yeah, I like that. I like the movie and book.
Yeah, me too. All right, so horror films begin to cast well-known actors around that time who, until then, had often avoided the genre in their career prime. Friedkin's use of works like polymorphia in the score also led to the use of modern avant-garde composers like Krzysztof Penderecki, who we've talked about on the show before for sure, and in later horror films such as The Shining. Composers of original music for those films adopted some avant-garde techniques like dissident intervals, such as tritones, sound massing, and tone clusters to create unease
torturing your cast
and tension, and gunshots constantly
Kubrick did that too on The Shining.
On set to keep everybody in order. And super tense. The film's
Maybe
success...
when we were filming Charlie and Annabelle, you should have done that to me and the roommate. Just like fired a gun off and behind us every time we got it wrong.
So there was an apartment above us that would have gone straight through the ceiling, or I could have shot into another house.
Just tell your mother-in-law not to be there that day, that's all.
And just a bunch of holes are in the floor. Holy shit. Yeah, I would have kept you guys
we ended up fixing it.
Scared, but maybe we would have got the material we needed. I don't know. All right, so the film's success did lead Warner Brothers to initiate a sequel. One of the first times a studio had done that with a major film that had not planned to have one, which launched a franchise. While many of the classic horror films of the 1930s had spawned series of films, the practice had declined in the 60s, which might have been an interesting time to be alive when there weren't sequels of everything. Before, most sequels had been secondary properties for the studios. The other big-budget horror films made in the wake of The Exorcist also led to sequels and franchises. Amy Chambers observes that Friedkin set a precedent not only by extensively consulting with technical experts in subject matter, in his case physicians and priests, but foregrounding that reliance by including those experts' names and credentials in the film's credits and press kit, which is now a common practice. I guess it wasn't before. That's neat. So he did a lot of good stuff and some really fucking bad stuff too. Accolades. The Exorcist won 2 of its 10 Academy Award nominations. It was the first horror film to be nominated for Best Picture. It won 4 of 7 Golden Globe nominations, including Best Motion Picture Drama. Robert Knudsen and Chris Newman won the Exorcist's first Oscar for Best Sound, thanking Friedkin, the studio, and their crews. Blatty won for Best Adapted Screenplay, accepting the award from Angie Dickinson and Miller, who applauded Blatty vigorously. In his short speech, Blatty posthumously thanked William Bloom, who taught me the rudiments and craft of screenwriting. And he thanked Friedkin. He also paid tribute to his parents, whose love and whose courage have brought me to this moment and to this place. The next morning, Blatty complained about the film's snubbing on the front page of The Hollywood Reporter. It was a quote, disgrace that The Exorcist had not won all the awards it was nominated for, as it was, quote, head and shoulders and the finest film made this year and many other years, and I love this picture. Blatty admitted he might seem ungracious since he had won, but, quote, I'd rather be ungracious than be a hypocrite. He accused veteran director George Cukor, that would be Mr. Cuck to you, of having campaigned against giving the film any awards.
Sir Cuckington.
Sir Cuckington says, Babalini Mansion son fettuccine linguine biatch. Let's go. That is it. We're getting the fuck out of here. All right, we are going to get back into the car. Let's fucking start this bitch up, and we're getting the fuck out of Georgetown before I get vomited on again.
Do I have to turn the radio on and talk to you?
But yes, before we fucking fall down these stairs again, or before. God damn it. Fucking Mike. He does shit. He just does shit. And that's fine. All right. Maybe Scabby will breathe a breath of fresh cream cheese life into him. I don't know. I'm going to head back to the car. I think he'll show up there. He usually responds in the car.
Hey, Don. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Mikey? Oh, dude, that's weird. You don't have any
skin.
You don't have any skin this time. Yeah. You have eyes in there though.
I'm translucent now.
It's weird. Okay. Well, Scabby will give you your skin back eventually.
Kind of like the guy from The Boys, translucent man.
Oh shit, there's Scabby. Look, he's wearing your skin like a fucking Halloween costume. He's about to go
trick or treat. Yeah, he's wearing my skin. Yeah. Nice. I told him it was okay.
Oh, okay.
He had to do some business for me.
Oh, he has some mixed up business to do. All right. That's cool. He's going to the business factory? All right. Let's fucking get you guys... Hey, Scabby. What's up, buddy? Hey. It's going well. I miss talking to you, buddy. How have you been?
Just doing,
Just doing stuff, wearing Mikey's skin, going to business meetings? Okay.
Me, hello.
God damn it, Hugh. Okay. Let's go
ahead.
I'm
here for this new segment.
Yeah, I guess you are. Well, we're sending our people through the radio to you at the store. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna tune this radio real quick. We'll get you guys checked out back at the store.
All right, guys. So grab your popcorn, grab your candies, grab your Sony Pops, and make sure to try my new branded Balthy Sulfur Pops at the register. All proceeds go to me because fuck Mikey and Dylan. So this week, you're going to be going home with a treasure trove of things.
Dick.
How can I always hear you, fucking cunt? All right, that's okay.
This is HR.
No, I don't care. I don't care about you. I'll flay you and I'll put you into a river. Friday the 13th.
I will eat your firstborn.
That joke's on you. My firstborn's a fucking centaur. Good luck.
I ate him already. Yeah. Look over there.
Is that why you're fucking shitting fire? I see it. All right.
Me.
Hey, you. All right, so this week you're going home with the treasure trove of movies from Fuck Mike and Dylan. Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives by Tom McLaughlin, 1986. Also, because Mikey watches multiple movies in the same series, Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood, 1988 by John Carl. Bueller. Are you there? Okay, Hugh, what else are they going home with this week?
Graduation Day by Herb Free, 1981.
That is absurd. Which is funny because that's what you're going home with next. Absurd.
For the same year?
1981, Joe D'Amato. And then Hugh, what else are they going with?
Oh, I'm back here now. I think I can do this one.
Oh, why are you here?
Hey, Dylan. I kind of teleported over here. I think you guys needed help. Like, Hugh was, like, dying in the back.
Dylan is not here. Okay, Mikey, what are they going home with?
They're going home with Evils of the Night, 1985 by Marty Rustam.
Okay.
And it says in quotation marks, grab ass, underdressed, alien abduction, blood.
I see you skipped a word there. Okay. All right. And then lastly, for the kids, you're going home with The Dark Crystal, another Jim Henson classic, Halloween, yay, from 1982. All right. I'm going to send you back to Dylan in the car, and I'm going to fucking rip Mikey's heart out. Bye.
Okay, well, I hope they're all right back there. So I'm stuck with Hugh, I guess. He's going to be in the next episode with me. Mikey went back to the store. He and Balthy may be doing sort of
he just said bye.
battle royale. Yeah, but you were in the store with him. Why are you here now? Are you like ethereal? What the fuck is happening to you?
Yeah, I astral project, so you see me right now on camera, so.
Oh. No, I don't. Your camera's off, but okay. All right, so join us next week, friends, as we dive in to our last film in the Halloween road trip series. Mikey, where are we going?
We are going to Haddonfield.
Dun, dun, dun.
Halloween!
We are going to see the granddaddy of Halloween films. We are going to see the Halloween. And we're going to go hang out with old Mikey Mike. And Mike, you'll be there too. So, should we hang out in 73 for like a week? I think we should.
There's some like really good movies playing in the theaters right now.
Yeah, dude, we can definitely, that'd be fun. We'll hang out in 73. And here, I think we can maybe pick up some, like, I don't know, VHSs. No, they didn't make those yet. What's out here?
Nothing.
Records?
It was just film print. You had to like take out film print to see it.
Yeah, we'll go visit Scorsese and like rent some film prints.
And Romero. We're going to go talk to Romero about that.
Yeah, see how that is. Anyway, all right, so we hope you come back next week for that. It's going to be awesome. And let's go ahead and make our shout-outs. Mikey, who you shouting out this week?
Tangent Horror Podcast. They're awesome dudes. They're doing their own horror movie thing. A Dab of Death podcast with my co-host Jimmy. We do true crime and some other weird shit. Okay. And then sometimes we do radio shows, too, where we play music that we can't play on YouTube.
Nice.
And then also the In Film We Trust podcast, and other cool dudes on Twitter, and then my wife, Katie.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, hi, Katie. I miss you, Katie. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to make a couple shout-outs just to a couple new followers on TikTok because, like I said, I am the Mr. TikTok for us. So shouting out the Tennish podcast. They just gave us a follow. It's Always Something podcast. And a cool guy named Tyler Keene. So thank you all for following us. I hope you're listening to the show.
You just told me something.
What?
He wrote a movie script. Do you want to hear the title of it?
Yeah, what's Hugh's movie?
Booty Hole Massacre.
Nice. Did he get that title from Romit? I think he did.
I think he did.
Nice. That's interesting. Okay. Well, anyway, those are our shout outs. And don't forget, friends, come on the podcast if you got a project you want to promote, your movie, art, whatever. Email us at vhsdoom@gmail.com if you want to come on the show. And lastly, please subscribe wherever you're listening to us, whether that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. We're everywhere. So wherever you're listening, hit that subscribe button. You'll hear what we have to say every week and all the movies that we're covering. I am so fucking tired of sleeping in a car, though. I smell like a literal fucking Frito. Kind of like your hat. It smells like Fritos a bit. So anyway.
No, this is not the hat that smells like Fritos.
Maybe we could rent one of those like shady 1973 hotel rooms with the magic finger beds. That'd be fun. All right. Ribble. We're going to fucking take off. Peace, y'all. Thanks for being here. See you next time when you come back. Despite all my scabby rage, I'm still just a demon in a cage. All right.
Jimmy, help me.
Say my name. Say my name.
3 times.
My name is
Oh, no.
Keech. Keechy, Keechy, Keech. Say my name again. All right. So, next we're going to talk a little bit.
Credits, just saying.
yeah, for sure.